Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Yao. I'm the Rare Diseases Project Manager for Manchester University NHS Foundation Trust. I'm going to talk today about how our Rare Diseases initiative is progressing at MFT. Okay. So what is a rare disease? So a rare disease is defined by the European Union as one that affects less than 5 in 10,000 of the population. So just pick out some of these highlights from this infographic here. So 1 in 17 people will suffer from a rare disease at some point in their lives. This equates to 3.5 million in the UK alone. There are at least 6,000 different rare diseases. 75% of rare diseases affect children. And many of the rare diseases, approximately 80%, have a genetic origin. So whilst rare diseases are individually rare, they're collectively common. So why is rare disease research important? So in the past, there was an emphasis on looking for common symptoms and diagnosing common diseases. So now there's an increasing emphasis on providing high quality care and equity of access to treatment for people with a rare disease. So finding the causes of rare diseases can often help to tackle diagnosis and treatment for more common diseases. So research can provide better treatment opportunities, builds our understanding of rare diseases, improves patient engagement, improves disease monitoring and surveillance, and overall improve health outcomes. And this paves the way for advances in treatment such as precision medicine, genomic medicine, and advanced therapies, particularly in the field of cell and gene therapy. So who are we? Manchester University NHS Foundation Trust was formed in October 2017 by the merger of Central Manchester University NHS Foundation Trust, CMFT, and University Hospital of South Manchester, UHSM. We are now the biggest trust in the country, comprising of 9 hospitals, which are here, the new logos, plus our local care organisations. And we've got a planned joining with North Manchester hospitals later this year. So Manchester, why research in Manchester? Why research at MFT? So Manchester is unique in many ways. I've listed here some of the reasons why we conduct research in Manchester. So we have access to a devolved healthcare budget in Manchester, so our local stakeholders can have a bigger say in how money is being spent locally to address some of the biggest healthcare challenges in our region. We are one of the most populated and most diverse cities in the country, with approximately 3 million people within Greater Manchester. MFT is the largest NHS trust in the country and a major academic research centre and education provider in England. We serve around 750,000 patients across the Greater Manchester patch. MFT is home to highly specialised services which are unique to Manchester and relevant to rare diseases, and I'll touch upon these later. We have 476 research trials in the last year, supported by our network of around 400 research and innovation staff, and we're growing all the time. So we have a wealth of experience in running and delivering research, and our aim is to further this even more. So MFT is home to several highly specialised commissioned services, which are relevant to rare diseases and unique to Manchester. We treat a range of these diseases across adults and children's services. Manchester is uniquely placed as our hospital group provides clinical services from childhood through to adult care through our unique transitional services, led by our transitional team and clinical services at MFT. So this is taken from the NHS England documentation. So research at MFT, here is a snapshot of our recent headline performance nationally. So MFT is the only Northwest Trust to be ranked top 10 in key research areas in the National Institute for Health Research Clinical Research Network Clinical Trials Leagues table for the last year. So with 476 studies, we are ranked 4th nationally in the amount of commercially portfolio adopted studies that we run. With over 20,405 patients in the last year, research participants, we are ranked 5th nationally, and with 100 commercial research studies, we are ranked 7th nationally. As a requirement of the National Institute for Health Research, the NIHR, all the research performance data is transparent and publicly available on our website. So our aim is for MFT to be at the forefront of research and innovation in the UK. Here is an overview of rare disease research at MFT. So it can be broadly split into 3 themes, so data, people and infrastructure. We registered around 615 studies on our peak, which is our local research database, in the last year. Approximately 228 of these studies are in rare diseases, which is about 37% of our studies. We treat around 478 individual rare diseases. We have approximately 19 advanced therapy trials. These are growing all the time. So these are cell and gene therapy. They're a growing and innovative area of research and an opportunity to treat rare diseases of genetic origin. We have rare diseases data sets and registries which exist throughout the Trust. And currently we are preparing information to be able to launch the Rare Diseases at MFT website in the next year, with information for patients and the public, industry engagement and research and innovation opportunities. In terms of people, rare diseases touches upon every specialty, almost every specialty at MFT. As rare diseases are often multi-organ disorders, we have dedicated multidisciplinary research teams and clinicians with specialist interest across MFT. As I said before, we're home to several highly specialised commissioned services, unique to Manchester, with the greatest opportunity for specialist treatment for rare diseases. And Greater Manchester is home to a highly diverse population of patients who are underrepresented, providing MFT with the opportunity to address some of the greatest health inequalities in the region. And we've done a lot to engage with the communities that we serve. In terms of infrastructure, available to support rare disease research, we are part of research and innovation at MFT with over 400 R&I staff. We're supported by a host of NIHR, the National Institute for Health Research Infrastructure and Rare Diseases Infrastructure, and these are listed here. So we've got the NIHR Manchester Biomedical Research Centre, the NIHR Bioresource for Translational Research in Common and Rare Diseases, the NIHR Manchester Clinical Research Facility, the NIHR CRN Greater Manchester. We have extensive leadership and involvement in the European reference networks, and we're coordinating different parts of our data, people and infrastructure towards planning and development of a rare disease centre at MFT. That's our overall aim. So MFT is involved in 9 ERMs across a range of disease areas. ERNs are a network or forums of expertise and support across specialists where rare disease case studies are presented and treatment and therapy options are discussed, with the aim to improve outcomes, speed up diagnoses and care pathways for people with a rare disease. And ERNs range from rare eye diseases to hereditary bone disorders to rare congenital malformations and rare intellectual disability. So here's a snapshot of our research into rare diseases at MFT. We host many different rare disease research projects across all of our hospitals, which target hundreds of different rare diseases. We couldn't list them all here. So this is a snapshot of those diseases that we're conducting research into and the different hospitals which they are treated at. So yeah, not all 400 odd diseases are listed here. So our opportunities, so for our patients, industry, pharmaceuticals, and for stakeholders, these are our rare diseases, our areas of opportunity in rare diseases research. The Trust is open across all disease areas though. And here's a snapshot of some of our success stories, case studies within rare diseases. I won't go into detail today, but I've included links to all of these at the end of my presentation, and you can find out more at our research and innovation website with links at the end. So just some of the headlines that we've had, some published articles from the past year. And a bit about my role. So I'm the Rare Diseases Project Manager at MFT. I started just over a year ago in post. My role is part of an initiative to raise the profile and research capacity and capability for rare diseases at MFT. My role is quite varied, includes meeting clinicians, gathering information internally about our strengths and opportunities, and looking linking up with external stakeholders to help to link up the opportunities where available. So I've released a blog series where I'm promoting rare diseases at MFT. Please have a look at it. I've released 2 blogs, Why We Need to Focus on Rare Diseases, Individually Rare, Collectively Common, and The Rare Reality of Rare Diseases. These are used to promote and engage our stakeholders in our work. I'm hoping to release more blogs in the future. I'm also working on a rare diseases website, which I mentioned, and I'm in the process of collating the information across MFT in order to produce a collective profile for what we do and what we can offer for patients with a rare disease. So thank you for listening. This is me. If you would like to hear more about rare diseases research at MFT, come visit us on our stand today or contact me on the details here. So any questions?